deal with that, not give it over to this team. And they will first pick it. They ban out Magnus on VP.Prodigy. We've seen this hero a couple of times. His stock's certainly on the rise.
Yeah, banned out every game. I think that it's the same thing that Enigma was doing, right? They banned Mag and an IO or Mag and Wind Ranger. Shocking IO ban here.
And a shocking Oracle ban as well, as we talked about last game, something VPP liked quite a bit. Doom, the opener for OG, and a snap pick Grimstroke for VP.Prodigy. Maybe a slight deny pick, but also an incredible support to start off your draft with.
There's a lot of good supports right now, which is nice because for the past 2 years, it feels like there's only ever 3 pickable supports. I feel like at least first pickable. There's always this clear tier of these are the best 5.
Right, your Rubik's.
You must pick one of these 3 heroes unless they're banned, pretty much. Whereas now we have a pretty wide array between the Grimstrokes. We have the 5 Clockwork that seems very good. Wyvern still seems fine. Undying's very good. SNAPPHIRE seems all right. And counterpick Ogre, I think, is still pretty busted. A lot of people consider. There haven't been this many viable 5s in quite a while.
I mean, even CM, she's been picked pretty regularly. And in the games we've seen with the Max Frostbite, she seems stronger than ever. No longer just an aura bot, but actually able to set up kills.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good time to be 5, guys. It's
nice. Yeah, it really is. And second pick will be Ember Spirit for VP.Prodigy. Very
Bring
safe
it back,
opener.
man. Yeah. I mean, they have last pick, so it can be mid or safe.
And we've got this Invoker. He's been pretty commonly banned in the second couplet, trio of hero bans. So OG, decide to grab it early. This is most assuredly your Thompson hero, unless they've got a curveball coming.
Yeah. Now, from what I gather, it went pretty well for him versus Viking GG, but we saw his game versus Enigma, and it did not go well.
Yeah.
He felt pretty much irrelevant in that match when mid one was on the Meepo.
That was a weird game. That was safe lane Meepo, and then they had the mid Invoker with an offlane Darkseer, and he was laning against a Pugna, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
On Team Nigma.
And his lane was kind of whatever, but then the mid game was just kind of nothing.
Yeah. They also had Doom, Disruptor, Void, and Phoenix on Nigma alongside that Pugna. So to be fair, they did have a lot of tools to screw up one hero. There were a lot of Glimpse, Static Storm, Kinetic Fields, Chronos, Dooms used on that Invoker to stop his game from coming out. So to be fair, that draft was particularly good at picking on one hero and making him irrelevant. But it was effective nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, they're going to look to cover their Ember. Same stuff they did versus NIP, and I think the same thing they were doing versus someone else. Or it's another draft we were watching, but lately we often talk about Morphling and Necrophos. So probably Morphling going to join the banning here. They really look to prioritize protecting the Ember because this is their flex. This is the guy who's either going to be for Epileptic Kit in the safe lane or for FN in the mid lane, or even vice versa. They could put FN in the safe lane depending on if Epikit still wants to play that Ember. So they're not that concerned, I don't think, about the Invoker counter pick, obviously, as they did pick the Ember into it. The whole Dispel mid thing, I don't think it's going to fully dissuade them.
Yeah. I don't know. Ember's just, he's Ember, right? Even if he doesn't have a perfect lane, he still does so much around the map. His mid game is still hard to deal with. It's annoying. I don't know that I'd call it a counter.
I wonder if they'll ban the Meepo. I mean, you have Ember, so it's kind of but Ember's not really the same big counter pick that he used to be.
I don't know. So after that game yesterday, a few people messaged me saying what really ruined that was the fact that they had to put the Meepo safe lane. A lot of folks seem to be in the camp of safe lane Meepo is not very good. Because it slows down what you can do in the jungle to accelerate and stuff. So if I were VP.Prodigy, I wouldn't be too scared of that, seeing the Invoker out already, but it's certainly a thought against the Ember.
I mean, I just don't like playing against Meepo. I think most people don't,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that hot on Meepo right now. The changes to him with like the additional levels on the extra meepos has just completely gutted that hero's past timings. He seems too delicate to me.
There's also still a Void in play.
With Invoker.
I mean, they've shown that they're going to pick it. The question is, do you want to just bank on beating it again? Because they've lost the last 2 to 3 games with it.
Yeah, but it's been these mid voids. If it were position 3 Doom for Seb, safe lane void for mid 1, and then Invoker mid for Thompson, that sounds like an okay void scenario where you've got these combos. You could pick some supports that have some extra damage inside the pit. By the pit, I mean the Chrono. Just had a flashback to Chronosphere around the Roche pit for some reason. They banned the Darkseer instead, and now pick up a Disruptor. So some more good team fight here for VP.Prodigy. 2 very good supports in terms of kill potential.
I really like Disruptor versus Invoker because he likes to get in dirty. I mean, we saw it again versus Nigma. It's exactly what happened to Thompson, is that if he wasn't static storming the Meepo, he was catching Thompson. And, they like to be sneaky, these Invoker players, right? There's nothing I love more than a good old Ob Sentry combo when I'm playing Disruptor, and I see that little guy squirming around, and you hit him with the Q, and you're like, yeah, go ahead, run, dude. Come on back. I'll see you in the ultimate. Yeah,
I'm with you there. It's a great support to give you an option. And Rubik now for OG. Looks like a pretty good Rubik game. Seldom that it's a bad Rubik game these days, but some great steals here nonetheless.
Their lanes maybe a little bit worrisome, just slightly for VP.Prodigy. Might want to be thinking about who you want to pick as a safe laner. They could maybe take the Void themselves, although I don't think you want to take Void into Rubik Invoker, actually, so never mind. I'm just trying to think of like
Doom, right? Last game we saw what VP.Prodigy did with Doom against Void, so it could happen again the other way now.
It's also just like, but you need like a strong safe laner is what I'm thinking. You need someone who's not just like completely weak.
What about Ursa? I mean, you've got Grimstroke, so you've got a whole wide, like they could Ricky if they wanted to. They could take someone a little less conventional with this enabler. Ursa? It's Slardar.
Well, they want to keep the flex, right? So
yeah, okay.
That'll be for DM. But DM probably wants the Grimstroke in his lane, is what I'm thinking. So that's why you need like a decent one to pair with the Ember. Or sorry, to pair with the Disruptor, because he's just not that,
Grimstroke Slardar, though. That sounds like a pretty scary lane combo. Slardar's already a beast. You give him Inkswell, you hit a couple of strokes to slow him down. Slardar closes the gap. That does not sound like a fun lane matchup.
You would think that you could chain 2 bash, like you could get the 5 attacks, right?
Yeah.
1 attack, Inkswell is already going, and Inkswell goes, you're attacking through it, you get another bash after.
There's probably, I'd have to play around with the timings on Inkswell, but I bet there's a way where you can pretty much perma-stun somebody with that. The Juggernaut now for OG.
A safe laner. Am I right?
Yes, although except against Slardar, right? He's got built-in bashes and crazy physical damage, so he mitigates some of Jug's utility in lane in terms of the magic immunity to spin TP or spin survive. Like, you're already picking Jug into someone that has a way to stop you from spin TP, and that, at least potentially, it's a chance, but I do not like playing Jug against Slardar. Let me put it that way. I think Slardar is pretty scary. And Jug, as we've talked about, this hero has not been that popular on 7.27.
That was a super sick ban, by the way, on the edge. That would have been such a good way to save this lane, because you can dispel the Inkswell. Yeah. Inkswell is kind of weird because when you dispel, it still goes off, but it won't have gained all the the damage and the stun and everything.
And you control where it goes off, right? Yeah. They might not be in position when it pops. Yeah, I like that Ench ban. Plus, it's a heal. Right, you've got the healing ward and the attendants that could help break up some of that crazy burst damage.
And OG banned the Oracle earlier themselves too.
Are there any other Dispel 5s?
I mean, they could just pick Shadow Demon.
Okay, yeah, that's the last one, I guess.
And they could just disrupt the Slardar, is what I'm thinking.
That could work. They ban out the Witch Doctor, which also is a good call. Has some sustain.
It lets you fight back versus Slardar too.
Yeah, the Maledict is really scary. The last pick will be going to VP.Prodigy, so OG get to make a decision now.
How bad is Undying here? They're hard up on stuns a little bit, but they'll take it anyway. Take it. I like it versus like the Slardar. It's very annoying in the mid game and the late game, even with the Tombstone and stuff. It's kind of cool. Like they static storm. If you're outside of it, you can be soul ripping and throwing down Tombstone. So they're gonna be like committed to the static storm, but that's gonna build up the zombies a little bit. Again, though, no stuns. There's a lot of pressure on the Doom and the Invoker, and maybe Rubik with some good steals, but there's something to be said about just having a simple stun as a 5 versus an Ember.
I would agree with that.
Or a Slardar even, but the lane should be good, and he needed someone to beef up this safe lane because they're going hard pressure with Grimstroke Slardar.
Definitely somebody that can put some pressure onto that Slardar Grimstroke combo. I would agree there. And again, having some sustain. You've got Soul Rip and the healing ward, so you've got 2 ways to try to keep this jug topped off.
Viper's still in.
Deal with the damage. They need somebody like that.
They could Viper mid.
Some ranged damage. Maybe a little magical wouldn't be a bad thing. They could like Puck or something like that too. Puck with an Ags has some options against Jug, but they take PL. They go the opposite route. So PL the safe laner. That'll be Epileptic Kid. FN takes the Ember Spirit, and no surprise, DM will be there on the Slardar.
PL classic counterpick to the Undying. You can just doppelganger and focus down the Tombstone.
Yeah, nothing like counterpicking the position 5.
Oh, that's just good. It's nice.
I guess so.
It's I mean, it has all its benefits versus Jug too, right?
Yes, I think that's the angle I was more thinking of, but yeah, sure, it'll be tough for No Tail also.
You joke, dude. It literally ruins the hero. That's what's so broken about it. It's a very good counterpick.
So do you not level Tombstone? Like, is it that bad where you stop using Tombstone because you're just feeding over all this free gold to the PL?
No.
Okay.
It's still Tombstone because you put them on the high ground so that he can't do it.
Oh, I see. All right. The counterplay.
Don't do any bad Tombstones.
I see. PL. Haven't seen this hero as much this patch. I like it against the Jug a lot. That's where my brain keeps going. Like, Doom and Invoker do have some options against PL, of course.
Remember when you could just counterpick Invoker mid every game with either Broodmother or Fan Lancer if they weren't banned?
Yeah.
And I don't think that works as well anymore. But that used to be a go-to, just like destroy Invoker.
PL Invoker mid. Yeah, those were the good old days. I do remember that.
That was the poor man shield days. That was when TNC / MVP Phoenix were just like, hey, what if we put Juggernaut mid with a poor man shield? What would that do?
Yeah. Dude, that golden era of people realizing how truly busted PMS was, just like, if we buy this item every game, I think melee heroes can go mid against ranged heroes.
That changed everything because then it moved us into the 2v2 mids.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Like that item, it's so cheap and so small and seems so insignificant, but it did some work on the Dota meta. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Poor
Shout
man
out to C Dota figuring that one out. That was all them. You know what's funny is that I used to play like with my garbage tier friends when I first started playing. We all played like 600 games together, something stupid. Like when I had no idea how to play Dota, didn't watch the pro scene or any of that shit. And he used to play Juggernaut mid doing exactly that. And then when I started watching pro games, I was like, oh yeah, I guess that's kind of bad.
Yeah.
But of course, we were just so bad that he couldn't make it.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, dude.
But he was onto something.
In the 1.5K MMR bracket, the meta is not very clearly defined. You can pretty much do anything if you know mechanics.
It's like when you play games for the first time. There's something about the happy as a clam thing, dude.
Yeah, there's no over-analysis. You're just having fun. You're just playing what feels good. You're trying new shit. It's all an experiment.
Oh, man.
I was chatting with a pro player in between the last games, asking him about this Void Aghanims, and one of the things that he said was, when you're trying new stuff on a new patch, you're either going to look like a real dummy or you're going to look like a real genius. So don't read too much into it. Sometimes you try stuff and it goes bust. That's part of a developing meta, man. And I think that is a very true sentiment.
I mean, where else to do it but the lower bracket of Dota Pit?
Yeah, with elimination on the line. That's classic.
I mean, they were up a game, so it's fine. It's okay.
Begins.
Well, we are seeing a battle over these runes up top. Mid one gets bashed up, so he won't get the top spawn. And it will go even, however. 2 for 2.
Oh, nice. Epileptic Kid's doing the new build. Have you been catching this one? The double ring of regen. So this has been used in quite a few pubs. I'm seeing this one pop out. There's a couple heroes that do it. Bounty Hunter support is one that's really funny. You just go double ring of regen and keep stealing people's gold.
But do they build into something, or do you just sell them and keep the efficiency from...
I've seen both. I don't know what Epic Kid's going to do. He might go, like, Hood. I could see, right?
Oh, so because in 7.27, they reduced the cost of Ring of Regen, but also reduced the regeneration. But it is more of a value item now than it used to be.
Yeah.
Okay, it makes some sense.
He might use one of them. He might use neither of them. But it's good versus any hero that's like dedicated damage over time, like a Doom is, right? Because you know he's going to be leveling up the Scorched Earth. He probably won't even take Infernal Blade.
So what you're telling me is this is the new version of Headdress. We're not buying Headdress on our 5 anymore. Instead, the 1 just buys 2 rings, 2 hands, 2 rings. Okay, I like that.
And you're getting it.
Anybody buy Headdress at all anymore? Is that just a completely dead item? Does it still pop out occasionally? I feel like we haven't been seeing it at all, actually.
No, I have not seen that one.
Boots First has been a little more tempting. A lot of teams grab Boots First on one hero, often the 4. Just the Grimstroke this game, but... how's our mid going? Topson versus FN. Very even so far. Not much to report.
Yeah, I don't know. I would guess that Topson does well here, but they both know this matchup to a crazy degree. FN is a immortal. What is the final tier of whatever? He's a maxed out Ember Spirit player. So this guy has 25. Done. Yeah, he's done the full grind. So he's seen this counter pick time and time again, I'm sure.
No tail up top. He'll be okay. A little low on HP and mana, and does decide to Clarity salve up. His top lane is going pretty well for mid one. Not getting bullied too hard by the Slardar yet. But very curious to see what item build we see out of mid one this game. I think against PL, Mjolnir or Battle Fury, or maybe even both, is going to be a requirement. So bottom lane, we'll hold that thought as Seb, caught in a kinetic field, but not able to pursue. How you feeling about this Jug overall? Do you think, like, I feel like this is going to be a hard game for mid one, just based on the hero picks. Like, Jug overall will not have an easy time.
He doesn't really have a lot benefiting him, does he?
I'm not seeing it, at least, yeah. Like, I think he'll need a Basher at some point. I do really like the Aghanims on Juggernaut. There's certainly a place for S and Y, like the God King style build, if you wanted to do that. For, like, efficiency stats and easy build-up.
Also a really good Maelstrom game, too, though. So I don't even... Because, like, the Mjolnir, the PL, and then it's like, okay, do I go Battle Fury? Yeah, he's got a lot of options.
I mean, I've seen people do the Battle Fury and then into Maelstrom build, and it feels kind of like overkill, certainly is for farming, but against PL, especially if the game's even and you're not like way ahead of PL, the carries are relatively on par with each other, it gives you a great tool to destroy the PL army and be able to confidently just man up with the ultimate, get the bounces, and you can clear out PL illusions.
Oh, no tail, don't die, dude.
Oh, he's in trouble. Get Bash comes out. The DM finds the stun. First blood drawn by Save. And meanwhile, like... Ian killed by Seb in the bottom lane.
That's good, though. At least they got the counter kill. Unfortunately, not first blood, but that is the one thing you can't do is not die. You definitely cannot feed. The whole point is the space that you're supposed to be giving. And the space is working on one hand, right? Like, DM is not even hitting creeps because he's just chasing after No Tail so much.
Yeah.
You can't give up the first blood.
Overall, it's been working out so far. Slardar Grimstroke is a tough combo to get away from. A lot of stuns. Things ramping up for Topson in the mid. Picking up more denies is down bottom. Seb initiated on. He's going to get brought down. Epileptic Kid will find credit for that.
Not easy to get early kills with Disruptor in your lane, but nicely done. And they catch him. I was wondering if they'd be able to get the kill with the spin because... he doesn't have boots yet on the Slardar. And so there's this brief window where the Guardian Sprint's not going to be enough.
That is a big kill for OG up top. Very much needed.
He had so many strike stacks stolen. I was watching the Decay spam. I was like, I don't know, buddy. Then he got soul ripped for 200.
Battle for the runes up top. Mid one does not have a spin. Up in a couple seconds here, but actually stunned by the Slardar. Here comes the Inkswell. Spin will keep him safe from this one.
Back down bottom, too.
There's the heal from No Tail.
Oh, okay. He was being chased by Epic Kid, but He'll just peel off for the bounty. He'll even deny the other one. That was nice.
All right, so 3 runes come out. And it looks like it will be 3 for VP.Prodigy, actually.
And 1 denied, so kind of 4.
There it is.
Never refuse gold.
Third one picked up by FN. So OG do not get a single rune there. It's a nice play to deny the rune, though. Like when you know you're not going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like free with the doppelganger anyways. No Tails to sort himself back up.
I think this lane gets a lot harder also once Slardar hits level 6, of course. The Corrosive Haze gives him the ability to destroy you. Jug at least has the spin, but this Undying, he will die so fast.
Yeah, he's also going to hit the 6 first on mid one too, so.
That's nice.
Saves looking for this big juicy stroke, but did not catch mid one there.
Meanwhile, in the mid, having a go on to FN, but he does make it back.
They tombstone for the stack up here.
Oh, Thompson actually stops his TP home. That was pretty big. FN was trying to do the cheeky TP back, fire remnant with a full bottle, and there was a cold snap there.
Did he even have a ward?
I don't think so. I think FN
he probably just saw the remnant
was
and
too
knew.
greedy. Yeah, like he did it like next to the tower, not in fog, and it was a small little dive for Thompson, but well worth.
No Tail's under a ward right now. FN fakes like he doesn't see it, allows himself to get decayed once, so now they won't know that ward's there.
And I think they know that Soxa is here. He's been lingering. So 3 heroes mid. I like the idea from OG to try to capitalize on this moment where the Ember's a little weaker than usual, but not going to find the opportunity. He walks back to well, and Save will just sit mid.
It's also giving mid 1 to 6 really early.
Middle tower is under attack.
And now DM is just like, all right, how much armor do I have? 10 armor under tower? All right, I think I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, that is the plus side for Slardar, right? He's pretty tanky.
Are we all just going to chill mid or what? We good? No Tails out of here?
Yep, OG going to let it go. Happy just to secure a lead for Thompson in the mid lane. 7.5 minutes. He's up by about 500 net worth over the Ember. Gotta feel good after a string of tough mid matchups.
Yeah, he kind of got gifted one in this one.
Slardar makes it back up top after a spin from mid one, as things down bottom looks like they could erupt. Soxa rotating back down. Initiation onto Seb. He is level 6. Doom available, but stunned up, in big trouble. Epileptic Kid with a doppelganger. Glimpse back. Mid one loses the ult.
I had such plans.
Now Soxa, he's going to go down.
Middle tower is under attack.
Think. No? OG. Okay, they keep all 3 alive. I think that glimpse was actually okay for mid one. Like, he got off the Omni. That scared back VP.Prodigy. And then the glimpse just safely took him right back home to go back to farming. He kind of got everything
take the tower,
he wanted
though.
there.
Okay,
Sox
is dead.
Yeah, they get the tower. Sox is going to fall, I think.
Oh, wait, maybe he can't block him? Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he gets it.
Nice
I
try
mean,
with the telekinesis.
It was looking really bad for OG. I thought those were just going to be free kills for the PL. So, I don't know. It was a really awkward. I don't think I've ever seen a glimpse go off halfway through Omni like that.
I was watching mid.
Well.
So basically what happened was FN was battling for the rune. He managed to get it. No-Tail was trying to cover the DD top with the Undying, but obviously it's an Ember, so when he just hops there, there's like no stuns or anything, so they couldn't get a punish. Speaking of punish, they do try and hop on set bottom with the Inkswell, and then cancel. Inkswell PL and Inkswell Ember. Nice. And Inkswell Slardar, so
yeah.
Triple cores that are very good with it.
They did first pick the Grimstroke, so it's nice to see VPP drafting around that.
Radiant are scanning.
1K net worth lead for OG so far. A lot of that coming from the disparity in the mid lane and also the off laners. Speaking of off laners, Seb does get off the Doom, puts it onto PL. Not sure if they'll have enough damage to actually secure this kill, though. VP.Prodigy reinforcing with more. And now Slardar's here. Maybe they'll have a go on to No-Tail. Corrosive Haze comes out, and man, that bash of the deep hurts. Mid one here as well. No Omni Slash, still down for 25.
But we got 9 heroes here. All right, PL's out.
He's like, I'm going to go free farm mid, guys. This is fun and all, but
That should help.
I'm going to go work on my own game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And OG starting to back out, but still pretty committed down bottom with 4. Thompson now going to TP into the mid.
I'm surprised they're still trying to force this with no Doom. I guess Thompson's going to do the heavy lifting here.
We'll
Really
see.
try and go with this catapult.
It is an awkward rotation, though. EMP Tornado flies across the way, will connect onto the Disruptor. Super Spirit makes it out and save. He gets the TP also.
Radiant
Okay, they get a kill out of it,
structures
so no
are fortified.
punishment for OG.
Radiant's
Now,
bottom tower is
VP.Prodigy,
under
go back to split farm.
Dire's
PL
top
has a
tower
free
is
lane up
under
top,
attack.
and it's actually the Slardar holding mid at the moment.
Yeah, they're kind of just going to shove down this bottom lane and see if they can get back in time for the other two.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Mid
fallen.
is secured by No Tail. They're going to try and commit the rest of the
Dire's
Radiant Heroes
top
up
tower
top,
is
and
under
it doesn't
attack.
look like OG want to fight this. Again, there's no Doom available. Thompson has TP, but they're not going to call it worth.
Yeah, they'll just take the tower exchange and give mid one some
Dire's
space to
top
farm.
tower
They're behind DM here, but Ember's also nearby.
No real angle to
Radiant's
initiate.
bottom tower is under attack.
Now mid one on his way in, short on mana, but does have that Omni Slash. Drums now to go to the Jug.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I like this play. Going for some early value items, not rushing the Battle Fury. Mid one trying to be very much involved in these early engagements. Disruptor gonna get caught. Static
Dire's
Storm.
top tower is under
Static
attack.
Field won't be enough. Thompson survives, still finds the kill. Now hungry for more, they found save. No hope for survival here, not even a soulbind. Meanwhile, on the other side, now it's DM. Does find a bash, but Omni Slash catches 2. Nicely done by mid one. Won't be able to find the kill, despite the double damage rune. But still a great Omni, and it will repel VPP.
Supports down, keep the pressure mid.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And looks like No Tail wants to
Dire's
finish up some
top tower is
Tranquils
under
and an
attack.
additional Windlace. He wants the
Radiant's
movement
middle
speed
tower
on the
has
Undying.
Okay.
I'm
Race
waiting
car.
for the Holy Locket. I can definitely see how it can be good on this hero.
We've seen a couple games where the Undying's working on it, and then the game ends before he can finish it. So we've seen it attempted. I don't know that we've actually seen it completed in the games that we've cast. Maybe
No,
once.
I haven't. But, I mean, the build-up does kind of make sense, right?
yeah.
Like, if you went Brown Boots, you could make the Arcanes and disassemble them later for the Holy Locket. Gives you
Yep.
the buff on the heal. You can Magic Wand your allies now.
Yep.
It's
Absolutely. It's a cool item, and it's also one that the Frog has been progressively buffing. It's like the last 5 patches, he's been trying to push the Holy Locket and make it a little more appealing. I also love that it builds up through the wand. I always hate selling my wand, and now you've got a way to keep it forever.
Just don't build it yet. We'll wait for a few more buffs. Maybe that's the play.
All right, there you go. Play the the Ice Frog meta.
Yeah.
Gentleman's agreement. Nobody make Undying look good, guys.
Oh, Thompson.
You're gonna
Is
get
that
caught
going to hit
here.
the blind slight? He's hiding. No, he missed it.
EMP does come out. Thompson has to reveal himself. Silence, but does have team nearby. Doom comes down onto FN. They glimpse Thompson back in. Static Storm Kinetic Field will be enough to bring him down. But Epileptic Kid also low, turning into a spread out fight. Ian TP's out. OG a 1 for 2 so far. Epileptic
sick
Kid
jukes.
still alive, trying to get mid one. Mid one on the run. Bashed under the tower, stunned up. Slardar unable to finish off the kill though. A 1 for 3. They did get that kill on Epileptic Kid, and DM, they might have to let him go. The Slardar is a little fast.
Yeah, he tried to juke. Like, I get why he was chasing after him, because it made sense, because then they chased after one of his illusions instead, but then the Fade Bolt just zapped him.
Yeah. All right, so mid one is going to go for the Battle Fury now after the drums. Again, you need some sort of AoE to deal with PL, and Battle Fury is great for that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Digging on this Jug build quite a bit. Very well-rounded. Good lane.
I think, oh, nice.
Thompson sets it up, save very low, goes down to Soxa, but now maybe the counterplay. Thompson does pay with his own life.
They have a glimpse here, too.
And Slardar chasing down. OG going to get punished hard. Soxa should fall.
Dire's
Seb
turret
pulled
has
back
been
in.
killed.
Tombstone does come down. Mid one's here. Omni Slash starts bouncing. No Battle Fury yet, though, so not that much damage. Does set up the kill onto DM, though.
Blame my blade.
Maybe not the glimpse they wanted.
Apparently not. It did look good though.
He didn't have mana for kinetic. That was the main problem.
So much of Jug is fighting around that ultimate.
But the blink is finished for Seb now, and I think that's a bit of a problem for VP.Prodigy because DM's blink is very far away. I mean, he is a actual blink dagger behind Seb when you look at their items. It's pretty much the same.
3 sets of drums this game. 2 on OG, 1 on VP.Prodigy.
10 seconds till Doom. The smoke was just a little early. I mean, they're going to get in good position for it, but...
5 seconds now.
Oh, that Remnant, though. That's tempting.
Tier 2 under assault mid from that siege creep, and now the smoke will take OG up top.
Radiant are scanning.
Might find
I believe
FN.
they saw them.
Hey, Remnant away. All right, well done for VPP dodging the fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure what tipped them off, but I saw a ping right here from Save when they were walking by. So
Also could have just been a good read because they were missing for quite a while. No-Tail mid does get bashed up, but he survives. Actually pops the Flesh Golem with
Radiant's
the
top
TPs.
tower is under
Prepared to
attack.
turn.
he was worried about the damage from the Ember killing him because of the corrosive, so he just wanted the strength.
Seb jumps in. Doom onto Ember, but he gets glimpsed back. Static Storm Kinetic Field does catch Thompson.
Oh, if they can just... Oh, but there's a ward, though. They might hit the
OG
tornado off
ward.
this.
Top tower is under attack.
Might just go for the Slardar instead. Looks like the Ember is going to survive. And now they get Thompson.
Ooh,
That was
that's
an
a problem.
awkward maneuver for OG. They committed pretty deep, but they didn't bring the whole team, so
Radiant's top tower.
I'm not
is under
surprised that that
attack.
happened to Thompson.
The other thing is that he's going for that Agnum's rush.
So it doesn't have a
Deja
lot of
vu.
utility.
He's not going to have any Dispel for the corrosive
Toxic
haze,
spot.
and he's going to get worked by that. Once that blink dagger's up.
Yeah.
Dire's
This does feel
structures
weirdly
are
reminiscent to last game, where you've got these first 2 pieces of the Ags, and I saw that 5 minutes ago. Okay, cool, Russian Aghanims, and now you're kind of stuck. Like, Thompson's died how many times now?
Dire's
He's
middle
0, 3, and
tower
6.
is under attack.
Well, that's 3 deaths.
Quick
Dire's
NA math
middle
for you.
tower has
Yeah.
fallen.
He's got twice as many assists as he does deaths.
Wow, I better tweet that out.
That'll
That's
fury
a
up
banger
on Jug.
stat.
It's a
Somebody
I
call
could've been a
Nahaz.
stats guy.
Gotta throw that one out into the wild.
Got a couple of bangers for you guys this match. Mid one with the Battle Fury, and now Manta Style going to be queued up next. Manta.
Manta. I need some Nahaz. Put up more stats. Thank you. I missed the stat tweets. I feel like we've
I'm
been
good.
lacking on them since the whole world went into a global pandemic, so I think you need to get back on the horse, sir. Thank you. I'm sure you're lecturing or doing something right now while you listen to this, but there's more important things in the world like writing stats, so thanks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a tough life for Dota stats people.
I tell you.
What was the last tournament that had an in-game stats person where we had the little pop-ups? Does that even exist anymore? Do we even have the technology, or is it like the moon launch where we lost it?
We lost it, yeah. They lost the moon launch?
Something like that.
I think they lost the moon studio where they filmed it all. But anyway,
I
Seb,
see.
bottom lane
Okay.
after FN.
Yeah, this is going to be a freebie. No hope for retreat. And yeah, Doom, great ultimate. Good for locking down Ember. Free kill.
Is that why they stopped going to the moon? They lost the little red button that used to launch
forgot.
the rockets.
Yeah.
It's just like, you just can't do it anymore.
They came out with a new programming language, and then some guy got fired, and it's all lost. It's all gone.
Staples suddenly came up with a big red button, big conspiracy, and they might have stolen it. Who knows?
Yep.
It's hard to keep track these days. It's a 5K lead, though, for OG, and life's good.
Yes,
Agnums
it
is
is.
coming for Thompson.
And they did a good enough job, like, pressuring the PL that it was even with the Jug when around the time the Battle Fury came out, and now mid one is starting to surpass him with the stacks and the rotations. Another double stack of Ancients for the Battle Fury Jug.
All right, it's DM's turn to fix this game though, because Seb has done a lot in the past few minutes with this Blink Dagger, just like shutting down Epikid right there, or sorry, FN right there. So they have to do the same thing right back now with this Blink Dagger on the Slide Iron. Seb, a very hard target, especially with these three heroes. I actually don't know if they can choose. Oh, mid one's a little bit better if they drop the Static Storm. But they say that's they can't do it, they think.
Getting to the point where VP.Prodigy is going to have to make a play of some sort, though, and there it is. They'll catch it onto Seb. Follow-up stun thanks to the Grimstroke, and he will be stun-locked into oblivion. Very nicely done.
He almost, if he had a wand, man, there's a chance there. But yeah, mid one had the Aegis, so they didn't want to jump him. That's fair.
Now down bottom, initiation onto Ian. Static Storm Kinetic Field comes out, but he is going to drop. Any follow-up for the Soulbind? Not looking like it. Jug also still has the ulti available. Back on the north side of the fight, Soxa falls, but save also goes down to the Jug. Now No Tail getting focused down. The Deafening Blast is actually off the mark. No Tail sustaining as he heals up, but Thompson dies, as does No Tail. Now out comes the Omni. It is going to catch FN. Nicely done by mid one. Still not the fight that OG were hoping for. It was a 4v5 with that Doom dead. And in the bottom fight, they do trade 3 for 3.
Yeah, DM had Blink to maybe share that, but I kind of agree. I think he might have died if he went in there. Didn't look like it would be enough to get the full spread going. And man, I'm surprised they were able to kill Seb so easily, but I guess I underestimated the second point in the Corrosive Haze. It kind of hits a perfect breakpoint on that Doom where he had like 15 armor-ish at that point, so bringing it right back down to 0 out of nowhere is really going to help. When you're he's in like 400 damage with the bashes.
The one silver lining is that OG still have the Aegis. They'll have it for 2 more minutes. And maybe this will prompt them to continue putting pressure on. I think mid one playing very aggro on this tier 2. Does have the Manta, and now Scotty queued up for the Jug.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I really hope Thompson finishes that Lotus. I think that's a sick build. So, again, I really think he needs the Dispel. And being able to help his allies, too, would be very nice.
Like the Lotus. Doom available. They've got pretty much everything except the Omni Slash. Still 50 seconds there. Omni Slash will be up with about a 20-second buffer with that Aegis. Maybe 30 seconds. Tombstone up, Healing Ward down. This is a tier 3 taking big damage. Remember, no glyph. Blackity. He saves the Tombstone. Soul Rip, look at that. Battle to save the Tombstone against PL. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it was pretty aggressive to drop it there.
But it's actually kind of working. Like, between the Soul Rips, it does finally fall, about to expire anyway. Meanwhile, mid one just chewing into this ranged barracks. Oh, it's a melee. I'm sorry, he gets the melee barracks. Now the fight breaks out, though. Soulbind comes. Static Storm, Kinetic Field, the Jug. Can't get off the ult, still down for a few seconds. That's the Aegis. Poker did fall in the back line. Doom does come down as Seb pops the BKB. Omni Slash onto DM. He'll fall. 2 for 2. A buyback now on the Slardar. This might not be a fight that OG can take. Athletic Kid repelled by the Jug. He's actually pretty darn low, but does Doppelganger forward. That was a bold maneuver, and now he'll get brought down, punished by the Jug. They do get Seb for it, and now he buys back. Still a 3v3 on the field. Now OG retreat. What a chaotic fight that was. I don't know. Without that Seb buyback, that would have been a pretty significant gold gain for OG, but it ends up being close to a wash, except for
What's
the fact...
What's his buyback, 1,000? You know, actually, I think he is fine to buy back there, because he had Doom off, or he had Devour ready. So with the 320 bonus gold, plus the creep, plus the farming you'll do while you're alive, and pushing out waves, it's probably worth just don't feed.
I say,
that
as long
would be
as
bad.
you don't die and need that buyback in the next 7 minutes.
Are they going to get a glimpse of? I mean, his BKB's back, right? Yeah, so he's fine.
So Rubik stole Remnant, so he actually moves pretty quick. He gets here in time. Seb is pretty tanky, to be fair, and he had BKB, so some aggro positioning, but probably not really that risky there. Okay. Well, it looks like VP.Prodigy were pretty happy for that pause to come out. They'll take that opportunity to reset themselves. 5 heroes DC'd now. Looking pretty good for OG, though. 25 minutes. They've got a 9K net worth lead. The Juggernaut still reigning supreme. Mid one doing a great job maximizing his farm and still showing up to fights. 5-0-5 on this Juggernaut with 272 last hits at 25 minutes. I think mid one has played very well so far.
Yeah, his Omni slashes have been perfect, and that's what you need in a game like this because it's not a really fantastic Jug game. He's got some cool tools versus like you're gonna naturally build a Manta versus Ember. That's good. You have the spin versus Glimpse. Same thing with like Ink Swell. Like there's a lot of like slow spells like Ink Swell going to explode, so I'm going to spin. I'm getting Glimpsed, I'm going to spin. All that kind of stuff. But aside from that, he really needed good Omni slashes. And finding those is pretty tough when you don't have, like... Again, they don't have that many, like, leading stuns and stuff either. He's kind of just doing a lot of it on his own.
Yeah, and you've got some annoying heroes. Like Ember, he can run it away and stop your ult. Doppelganger can be an annoyance. Like, it is not the easiest game to get off these perfect Omnis. And he's made it look pretty easy. You know, like, he'll catch them after they've already dropped their initiation escape tools. And dropping the Omni on Slardar could also be really good.
You know what cooking? Normally.
Seb, come back. He's trying to call him up.
Holy moly!
I still can't believe that's Gods.
Slardar, yeah, me neither. Slardar used to take extra damage with Guardian Sprint, right?
Yes.
How long ago did they remove that?
Like 3 patches, I want to say.
So it's been a hot minute? Okay.
Yeah.
You mean like 3 big patches, not ABC?
Let's see. I'll check.
Yeah, we got to pause anyway. I must have missed that change. Damn, Guardian Sprint's an epic spell now. It's got no downside. Shit's awesome.
Wow, it was all the way back to 7.12. Okay, so it was much further back than I thought.
1-2?
Yeah.
Not 2-1?
Yeah.
Jesus. All right, well.
It was the same patch they enabled Pango in Captain's mode.
All right.
So, yeah, it was way further back than I thought. I didn't think it was that far back.
That's my bad. I think I missed that byline.
That's hilarious.
Well, either way. I don't know if I've clicked on Ember much this game. Do you realize that he's just gone first item Deso?
Yeah, I know. He had it...
That's kind of cool. He's got 2k gold and a Lincoln's queued up, so he's had it for a while.
Yeah, they're stacking that minus armor.
Interesting. But it is cool on Ember with the mechanic of Slight, because it puts the Deso buff on everybody that he hits.
Yeah.
So in combo with Slardar, and then you got a PL. It actually makes a lot of sense.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Death tax.
Tops in. Bit dicey there. But he'll be all right.
Still so far away from this Lotus. Damn. Hobson pretty underfarmed once again here. It's even with the Ember, so comparable footing, but maybe I'm just used to seeing Thompson further ahead than this.
Yeah, it's just not a mid-player's game this time. We're heavy in on the ones.
True.
And then Seb's just kind of owning because he used Devour.
Are under attack.
10k net worth favor now. A double damage rune does spawn up top. Neither team has scouted it.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
All right,
under
what does
attack.
Seb buy? This is the Skyder build. Does he buy the Shivas or the Radiants? The tough call here. He's not sure.
The Shivas sounds pretty good. Extra armor against all this minus armor. Not that Radiance is bad, but save now. He's gonna get caught.
Radiant's
Dead.
middle tower is
Just
under attack.
dead.
It's too bad they couldn't glimpse and force the BKB on Seb, though.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, telekinesis up top.
They're
That
gonna
cast
find
range.
one. This is a big kill. They drop the Doom, and it's well worth it if they can find the kill. And I think they should. Glimpse gonna help buy him some time, but Blade Fury there for a little bit of extra. Mid one gets the kill. Now the real fight breaks out. Slardar in the middle of the fray. He's gonna get popped. Static Storm, Kinetic Field. Not bad, but also not gonna set up a hell of a lot. Epileptic Kid is here. Buyback on the Ember, not one available for the Slardar. He's focused on Seb right now. Seb in a lot of trouble, gets stunned up and brought down. Now looking for more of this PL deep in the back line, but Midland's finally caught up to him. Omni Slash gets used and the PL's dead. Now buyback on the PL, a very costly fight for VP.Prodigy. But OG, they don't want to fight this PL a second time, and they will retreat.
They know that the Aegis is coming up soon. They got to win that fight.
Oh, they get the double damage, though. They want to go back in. Mid one, let it ripen a little bit. Now he's up on Epileptic Kid. There's no doppelganger, and this PL's in big trouble. Manta style gives him the reset, and mid one forces the die back onto the Phantom Lancer.
Ooh, that might be the game ender in this one. Oh, they had to go back for the fight at the pit, but the timing, everything just kind of came out wrong for VP.Prodigy in that fight. The instant buyback on the Ember, but FN didn't have a TP, so he had to walk back to that fight. By the time he gets there, it actually looked like a decent position with how Epileptic Kid was starting to get into the backlines, but then the Omni Slash shred him. He's just cutting waves.
Yeah, well, he was like standing there AFK for a second, though.
Was he just building Inkswell?
I guess so, yeah.
Or deciding if it's over.
Maybe decide if it was over. He looked pretty AFK to me, but either way, congratulations to OG. Also, how perfect that double damage rune was just chilling there, like for that retreat. I think they would have just kept running if there wasn't a DD there, but that was the moment of,
It did us a favor. I think getting back into this one was virtually impossible at this point for VP.Prodigy.
Yes, I just made it how picture perfect to end it right there with that buyback on PL. You know, it could have